Joseph R.J. Rose, a senior at Harvard University, has now been...
He's gone.
Do you want to solve this thing or not?
That's how they're getting people.
Someone was hiding something, and it was great.
So, I made a mockumentary. I don't know why. I think I just wanted to challenge myself and also do something different. I feel like sometimes I put myself in a box, and my interests, I think, are like a lot wider than what I've been doing. So I just wanted to challenge myself and do something different. The inspiration for this project came from two main places. One, I'm a part of this fellowship called the NBCU, Original Voices Accelerator. And we went out to a film festival called True False in Columbus, Missouri. And it was like a really, really great experience. Like I watched a lot of like really great documentaries out there. And so I think that I had put this idea in my head that I want to make something like that. At the same time, this program was helping me fund my own short film that was supposed to be kind of documentary based, and mine was a little more into like the narrative side, but I still wanted to do something like documentary-ish. And finally, I was rewatching Atlanta, and so I got to like the season 4 episode called, I think, The Goof Who Sat by the Door. Like really, really funny. I love Atlanta. Yeah, I think I watched all that, and from there it was like, all right, yeah, this is it. I want to make a mockumentary.
And the story, even though it seems like it's too revealing of our story, we can embed it. And I think it can make sense when we have a bigger idea.
The absurdity of this dream, the politics, like whatever behind conspiracy doesn't come out until like 2/3 of the story.
Even though I knew I wanted to make a mockumentary, I didn't know exactly what to make it about. But one thing that I have been doing a lot of is talking with my roommate, one of my best friends, Abdul, and who's also like a really talented creative in his own right. And we both were graduating from Harvard, and that we had a lot of conversations about a lot of like the stupid stuff going on in the world at that time. Our president was ousted, affirmative action got taken down, and then there was also like just in the world we're seeing everything getting kind of attributed to like just trying to undermine Black success in any way. And so we were like, yeah, I think this is it. This is what we want to do. But even though we have like our theme, like we still got to figure out like what's the actual storyline. Like if you're watching this, what are you coming here for?
What we have is us.
Yeah.
We have access to us. We have access to our stories and the stories of our characters, our knowledge. So what we have is our individual experiences. So I think those have to be.
And so we workshopped a couple things. We kind of came up with this concept of having a Harvard student goes missing. And so everyone's trying to figure out where they're going and making the documentary center around that.
It's May 8th, 11:11 a.m. Damn, 11:11. Shit. The idea is there. I think it's dope. I think this could go, but it's looking like if I don't do it, if I don't step up, like, I mean, it's my shit, but if I don't do it, it's not gonna happen. And it's like, I'm never gonna be able to make something like this again, so.
I sat down, wrote the script, sent it to our like collective, got some thoughts on it, and then, you know, did another draft. And then once I felt like we had a version we could start shooting with, started figure out casting and locations and just trying to like imagine and fit in and slide in different people. But I think what's difficult is like around this time is when I started to really realize like how much work this is gonna take. There was a moment where it was like, it kind of felt like it was gonna be something where it just doesn't happen. You know, I write the script, have the idea, and then it doesn't come to fruition. But
I got 2 weeks. I gotta finish the script. I gotta reach out to people about casting. I gotta find locations. I gotta figure out audio. If I just have the script, I just have to finish the script, and then I just have to worry about casting. I think my biggest fear is locations. But if I just get all the shots, I'm good.
It's really easy to stop doing something before I started, you know, like, because the more effort I put in, the more time I feel like I wasted. So right before it all, like right before I stepped into it, I was just like, yeah, you know, I could just let it, you know, I could let it die. But I was like, nah, Abdul and I, we just wanted to jump in. So we had the plans, we had everything. So we just texted and said, hey, show up, like, let's get this done. And we'll figure it out. We'll figure everything out later.
You promise I'm good, right? I'll still be able to walk across the stage. And everyone will be all right.
Shooting was definitely interesting. At the time, right, I had my A7S III. I had a tripod, but I didn't have anything to record sound on because most of the stuff I worked on, I could either just borrow a mic, but I couldn't do that anymore. So I ordered this Tascam that I'm recording on right now, and so it came the day of the first shoot. Shot with Zane, and we're still learning how to use it, and some of the sound was a little messed up. We were like, okay, whatever. It was decent first day. Next couple of days, I picked up with the news reporter Fez, and also this Olympian right here.
That's not even the best part. Apparently, it can even save your hairline. That was the point. I was doing that on purpose. I was doing that on purpose, bro. It was good. I was doing that on purpose.
And so things were going well. I was picking up some of the easy scenes, and then this happened. So this was one of the first times I was filming with the Tascam. Like, we didn't have a boom mic, so I was trying to figure everything out, and I didn't know that the Tascam could pick up feedback from like phones and stuff. So she had her phone right by the recorder as it was going, so the audio was unusable. And then my dumbass didn't tell Abdul, because Abdul was doing all the sound stuff. I didn't tell Abdul to wear headphones, and so he couldn't hear that there was a bunch of feedback coming. So we kind of lost that whole 1.5 hour shoot, and so we were just like, damn. And I remember like coming back, looking at the footage, and I was just depressed because I was like, what do we do? Big shout out to her. Like, I texted her, let her know, and she was definitely down to let us reshoot and do it again, and it ended up coming out really nice. So but yeah, I feel like at this point we started to get the ball rolling, knocking out different people when we could find them, and really going across the schedule. Like, this was like around like the last week and a half of school, so most people were free. So just finding like an hour or 2 hour slots of time to like fit people in and just record a couple lines with them.
It's at a point where like I can feel the performances are there, the script is there, but then like I think I'm getting lost in the filmmaking, and I'm falling away from the story, and then I'm stuck.
One thing I learned is that I just have to be flexible and like be open to try new things. So like if you watch the final film, Zane isn't who plays Ish, right? So what happened was, one, the audio wasn't amazing, and then two, the script also changed.
I think he would have been really, really good with just a little bit more time. But I think, that was the first shoot. He had to leave immediately after. We were in a rush. So like, I think his performance didn't end up being exactly what we needed to be.
And so we were like, okay, let's try and get someone to fill in for Ish. And so I was like, all right, I'll just do it. I ended up watching it, realized that for a lot of the time the camera was off because like I was behind and I wasn't really looking. And then two, I think the way I delivered the lines, the emotion wasn't great.
I don't know, I'm watching it, maybe it's because my eyes all over the place, maybe it's hard for me to separate my from me or myself. And like, I don't know, it feels like a waste of time, but at the same time, I'm learning what I want from the character. But it just didn't feel as genuine.
So we were like, all right, we're gonna get friend Jaeschel and he'll do it. And so we shot that scene a third time and actually got it. And I think to me it was really worth it because it just feels so much better. It ended up working out though, but somehow we graduated and got all the filming in. For now.
One thing was clear. Someone was hiding something, and it was big.
Films are made in the edit, so it was like the job's not finished, job's just starting. So I managed to cobble together a really rough draft of the film, and then I sent it to some people, and it just felt like there was something missing in the film. Like, it didn't really capture that journey that I felt like it was supposed to go through. I think the only option for me then was like add a character who fits that connective tissue. So change the script, wrote a whole new role that I could just play with myself, and I filmed it like right there. Oh, you can't see, but right there in my living room. I think that was one thing, like being really responsive to the film and like listening to it. Like, I didn't have that extra character in the original script, but something was missing. And so just listening to it as I continued to grow and like work into the film, because I think the original script was very much like diet. So this person's talking head. But like, you watch documentaries and a lot of it is built on music. There's a lot of like footage, photos. And so I asked Nathaniel, the person who was playing the missing student, RJ. He literally just sent me a camcorder Dropbox, and I just sifted through it and was just looking at like hours of footage and just trying to find the moments that I could turn into to use it for myself. And so I found funny moments of him either talking about his hair or just us having fun, and like turned it in a way that I could use it for myself. The same thing with photos, like, because these were all real people with like real relationships, but trying to find photos and moments that are like fit within the story.
Bro, it's like 2 a.m. I think we finally finished though. I think we finally finished. A month of work, man. Hopefully this works out.
I think finishing up the film, I think I got through like 8 versions at the very end. I had a lot of help from Abdul in terms of like getting feedback, as well as like our collective as a whole. Jaeschel, who ended up being Ish, also scored and did a lot of the music that really brought the film together and help it feel extra real. And yeah, and I think once we had that, and like I kind of just locked in and tried to add a lot of those documentary elements. So hopefully I don't miss anything, but I tried to avoid the story details of the film. Like, it's not the biggest deal, but like I just want, if someone goes to watch it from this video, to still be able to enjoy it and like be able to dive into it and make their own conclusions about like what we're trying to say, with their own, like by themselves. Like I don't want to like go in and explain or thematize everything, you know. So you're watching this, you haven't seen that, go check it out. A lot of talented people worked on it. You know, gotta self plug, but yeah, I think that's it.